Hello, my name is Xinrui Chen. My net ID is XC856. This is question 1 for homework 5. X and Y are independent with their density function. Z equals to X plus Y. We need to find the density function of Z by convolution method and geometric method. First, we use a convolution method. Let's calculate the density function first for Z equals to X plus Y with xy's density function, and then we can shift the result to the right side by 1. We will see that here and we can calculate the density function of Z, which is equals to the density function of X times density function of Y, and it is equals to the integrate of the density function of X times density function of Y Z minus alpha d alpha from minus infinity to infinity, and it is equals to Z times uz minus z minus 1 times u z minus 1 minus z minus 1 times u z minus 1 plus z minus 2 times u z minus 2. And in order to sketch the function of the density function of Fz, we first try to draw the z times uz, which is here, and z minus 1 times u z minus 1 is this line, and z minus uz minus z times uz minus z minus 1 times uz minus 1 is this pink line. And then the pink line should then minus z minus 1 times u z minus 1 here. So we can get this blue line. After that, the blue line should plus z minus 2 times u z minus 2. First, we need to draw the line of the z minus 2 times u z minus 2 here. And then we can calculate we can draw the line of z times u z minus 2 times z minus 1 times u z minus 1 plus z minus 2 times u minus 2, which is this green line, and this is the density function of z. Therefore, we can calculate z equals to x plus y with the given function, which is that the density function of fx is u x minus 1 minus u x minus 2, and the density function of y equals to u y minus u y minus 1, and this is need to and this is finally we can get the density function of fz, which is z minus 1 times u z minus 1 minus 2 times z minus 2 times u z minus 2 plus z minus 3 times u z minus 3. For the sketch, we need to shift the result above to the right side by 1, and we can get this chart. For the geometric method, again, we first calculate the density function of z for z equals to x plus y with density function of x equals to ux minus ux minus 1. The density function of y equals to uy minus y minus 1, which is same as the question 1. Then we need to shift the result to the right by 1. We know that the cumulative distribution function of z is equals to the probability of z smaller than equals to z, which is equals to the probability of x plus y smaller than equals to z. The first condition is that z should smaller than equals to 1, and we can draw this picture here. This line is x plus y equals to z, and what we need to find is the area of this pink line, and finally we can find the cumulative distribution function of z equals to this area, which is z square by 2, and we can calculate the density function of z, which is equals to z. For the second condition, z should larger than 1 and smaller and equals to 2, and we can draw this line here, and we could find that the cumulative distribution function still equals to the area with is this pink line, so that we can calculate the cumulative distribution function of fz should equals to this equation. And finally we get the answer is minus z squared by 2 divide by 2 plus 2z minus 1, and then we can calculate the density function of z equals to minus z plus 2. For the third condition, which is z larger than 2, and in this condition fz should equals to 1, and the density function of z should equals to 0. Therefore we can get this density function of z like this chart. And in order to get the answer for this question, we need to shift the result to the right side by 1, and then we can get the final answer.